So here we have our classic terminating decimal. 1/4 is equal to 1 divided by 4, which is equal to 0.25. Here, I'm going to fix that little mark I added there. And this is easily seen using a calculator. You guys are really familiar with doing this one, and you probably don't need a calculator. Many fractions you just get used to, like 1/3 you just remember is 0.3 repeating after years of doing it. There we go. There's no repetition, it terminates. And the good question is, how do you know if it's going to terminate? Well, usually you have to keep going until you start seeing a pattern. And if you don't see a pattern, you might be found yourself into a very, very long repeating decimal, which doesn't usually happen. So usually you can see it right away. Check it with a calculator, and if it looks like it's getting, you see a pattern, then it's probably a repeating decimal, and make a good choice. Sometimes these repeating decimals follow a pattern, and those patterns can be useful for you in figuring out what fraction is from a decimal or a decimal is from a fraction. And you don't need to use a calculator at all. For example, if I show you this 1/99th, I happen to know that that's equal to 0.01 repeating. And I just know that because I've got a bit of experience in this department. 2 divided by 99 is equal to 0.02. I'll show you, prove it to you here. On my calculator, 2 divided by 99 is equal to, and notice a pattern. Can anybody guess what is 3/99ths? That's equal to, 0.03 repeating. So see the pattern. Now start predicting here. What would it be if I put up 12/99ths? Can you guess? What does the pattern tell you? There it is. 12 repeating. And what about 42/99ths? Well, that's just 0.42 repeating. So this is a pattern that you can use. If it ends, if the denominator, is 99, you're going to have a repeating decimal. Everything after the decimal repeats, and that which repeats is just the numerator. And if you have here, if you have 1, remember this is almost hundredths, so you go out to the hundredths place. Okay, so let's see if we can guess what this one might be. Just guess. Wild guess. Okay, you got it in your mind? You got it? Guess, guess, guess. There you go. Did you guess it right? Good job. Well, some fractions that don't repeat, that are a little more straightforward, can easily be converted into a decimal in another way, and I want to show you that. So you have 1/2. Whoops. So you have 1/2. If you can write this with a denominator of 10 or 100 or 1,000 or 10,000, in other words, a power of 10, then you can turn it into a decimal. So this is what we were practicing today, equivalent fractions. If I multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the same number, I'm going to get an equivalent fraction. This is 5/10, and that is written as 0.5. You don't read it 0.5, read it 5/10. This is very good practice. Say you have something like 3/4. Okay, this can be turned into a fraction with the denominator of power of 10. Can we turn it to 10? No. But what about 100? Can we turn that into a fraction with the denominator of 100? Yeah. We'd multiply 4 by 25. And so to make it an equivalent fraction, we have to multiply the numerator by 25 as well. And that gives us 75/100ths. And it is written as a decimal as 0.75. These are terminating decimals. Very easy to do. So a lot of fractions can be easily converted into another equivalent fraction with the denominator of 10 or 100. We're going to have a little bit more in the next video, so there are going to be 3 videos, so hang on.